All right, everyone. It's about 5:51. So really quickly here, let's go ahead and switch gears. We're going to now have to hear from Mr. Scott Cannon to give his point and counterpoint. So hello, Scott.
Hello, humans. I am Scott Cannon coming to you live on WLTH 1370M from the greatest city in all the world, Gary, Indiana. And this is the Counterpoint. Well, folks, did you miss me? Now, I know it's been a minute since you've heard from your boy, and man, it's been an eventful few weeks. You got Trump going crazy because of anonymous sources in the White House. You got Serena going crazy at the U.S. Open. You got Cardi B and Nicki Minaj going crazy at New York Fashion Week. I'm 100% Team Cardi at this point. You don't talk about nobody's kids. That's just me, okay? But the issue that seemingly got to go to me and everyone else is the new Nike campaign starring my main man, Colin Kaepernick. Now, for those who've been on a deserted island for the past few weeks, the story goes like this. Nike chose free agent quarterback Colin Kaepernick, who's essentially been blackballed from the NFL the last few years over his unwillingness to stand for the national anthem, and who somewhat sparked a protest movement aimed to shine a light on police brutality and racial injustice in the justice system, to be the centerpiece of their newest Just Do It ad campaign. Now, you can only imagine that this decision has caused nothing but controversy, with people on both sides of the argument taking every form that they could to either denounce or applaud the decision. Meaning on the right, who are still under the impression that Kaepernick is disrespecting our troops and the flag, in spite of the fact that it was former Green Beret and NFL player Nate Boyer who asked Kaepernick to kneel instead of sitting during the anthem, are condemning the brand and destroying Nike products by setting Nikes on fire and claiming they're going to boycott the brand. And of course, you know, our commander and thief, Donald J. Trump, had nothing good to say about Nike's decision. On the left, many applauded Nike's decision, including Serena Williams and LeBron James and all of the Hollywood liberals that I love so much. Now, on the heels of this decision, Nike's stock immediately plummeted. But it appears that their sales have shot up 31%, and whatever stock hits they took have now been negated. And maybe that's why I personally had an issue with it. When I first saw that Kaepernick was doing that Nike ad, the first thing I thought was, why is he doing this? After all he's done to shed light on serious issues, why is he selling out the movement like this? Why is he letting corporate America co-opt black activism? Why is he supporting a company that has been under severe criticism for years for using slave labor from Indonesia, Honduras, Vietnam? A company where many of its executives are under fire as we speak for sexual harassment and other infractions. Why is he helping them make money? Now, in the spirit of full disclosure, I admit that myself have been boycotting Nike shoes for like 3 years now because of their business practices and the fact that their shoes are overpriced symbols of capitalism. In fact, I only wore Nikes for about 20 years, never had another pair of shoes until my boycott. Nike was my brand until I got sick of lining their pockets. Now, many others on the left that I know of have been critical of Nike and the major shoe companies for years too, which is why it sucks to me that Cap would put us in a position of having to defend a shoe company that exploits its workers and gets kids beaten, robbed, and shot regularly. And then I realized the man hasn't had a job in over 500 days, okay? And for that reason, I'm not going to be like some and call the brother sellout or claim that he sold out the movement because, hey, the man never asked to be no martyr. He just wanted to play football and express himself in the process. And a lot of times you got to do what you got to do to feed your family and pay your bills. So I will say that I am disappointed that Nike now gets to have their hands in this revolutionary movement. But I do hope that all of us understand that this is bigger than football, the national anthem, Nike shoes, or even Kaepernick himself. This movement of social upheaval is not going to be watered down and commodified out of existence. With the guy who's currently at 1600 Pennsylvania in office, many people who were asleep before are woke now, and they are mad as hell. So while I will continue to wear my New Balance sneakers that were made in America by Americans, I will give Nike and Kaepernick at least some credit for shedding new light on an issue that was covered in darkness for too long. Okay, folks. You can chop it up with me on Twitter at The Chemist Lives. The Chemist is spelled with the K, as I'm a product of the Gary Community School System. We can talk about politics, music, sports. You can just tell me how terrible I am at this, or you could just stick around in about 5 minutes and listen to me on Issues and Answers with Jonathan Booz. And I swear, one day soon, The precocious hostess with the mostest, Jamelia McGee, will be back, folks. I swear she is coming back at some point. I am Scott Cannon, and that was the Counterpoint on WLTH 1370M and 92.7 FM. For those of you who can't get the AM stations, God bless the working class and God bless labor, and I am out, humans.
All right, so normally we go straight into entertainment news.
Yeah.
But I know Raya wanted me to wait. I can't wait because, all right, we have to talk about this police officer that shot and killed her black neighbor because she thought that she walked into the wrong apartment.
Oh, yeah. I heard that.
She did. She walked into the wrong apartment, but she thought it was her apartment. Now, he's 26 years old. His name is Botham John, is it?
Yeah.
And they're actually saying the Dallas County Medical Examiner's Office is saying actually today that he died of a gunshot wound to the chest and his death has been ruled a homicide.
What else would it be?
Exactly. Now, what's crazy is that this is not her first time shooting someone.
Yeah, I heard that.
They're saying that she shot a man named Uvaldo Perez on May 12th of 2017 while on duty. Like I said, her whole thing is that she thought that she had walked into her apartment. At what point do you realize that's not your apartment? The furniture is different. Not all apartments have the same layout. You know, so certain things that should have definitely, yeah, okay, I don't know. But moving on here, I just had to get that out. I had to let everyone know. We'll probably talk about it more in depth on tomorrow. So today actually marks the 1 year since a young woman was found dead inside a Rosemont hotel freezer, and now there's a renewed call for justice. So the family of Kanika Jenkins is demanding an independent investigation into her death. They held a vigil Sunday outside the Crown Plaza Hotel on River Road and have another tribute planned today, and that's where the 19-year-old was discovered dead inside the walk-in freezer last year. Now, surveillance video showed Jenkins walking near the freezer after leaving a hotel party, and her death was ruled an accident. So, of course, condolences still going out to the family. Moving on here, so the $5 footlong is a Subway favorite, right? Mm-hmm. But soon, the signature 12-inch deal may not be available at your local store.
What?
What are we going to do?
What?
Oh, my gosh. So, all right. So, CEO Trevor Haynes told USA Today that each individual franchise owner can choose whether or not to offer the option. The change takes effect this month, and the $5 footlong has been off the menu for years when Subway gave it a second life last winter. So, yeah, we may have to say goodbye to it. I don't know. I don't know. We may be saying goodbye. I don't want to, but we may. Moving on here. Just for some entertainment purposes, it's crazy, but Kanye West went on a bit of a tweet storm Sunday night, claiming that, among other things, he is going to be teaching a course at the Art Institute of Chicago and the American Academy of Art. The only problem is that the American Academy of Art said that this is not true, and the Art Institute gave similar statements to several websites. So it's like, Kanye, what are you doing, man? Okay, are you or aren't you? Like, if you wanted to, you should have just went to someone that was in charge and talked to them about it. Let me play the station ID really
AM
quickly.
1370 WLTH and on the FM dial 92.7 W224EA, Gary, Indiana.
All right, I have to get that out. I have to play the station ID. But I just had to talk to Scott about Kanye West. And, yeah, so I don't know. He's a little bit confused at this point on if he's going to be teaching some courses here. I don't even know. I don't know if I'll take a course from Kanye West. Not this Kanye West. I don't know. He seems like he's a bit off the radar right now. Also, I was shocked to hear you say that you were Team Cardi in this situation.
You don't talk about nobody's kids.
Yes.
To me, Nicki Minaj went over the line when she started bringing people's kids into that.
Yes.
You cannot do that. You leave, even in hip hop, you leave kids. I remember when Ja Rule talked about Eminem's daughter some years ago. That was over the line. You just don't talk about kids. I'm sorry.
And you know, and everyone is saying that it's that was the wrong place at the wrong time. But I'm like, look, I don't have kids, but don't talk about my kids.
That's
man.
what I'm saying, man.
Don't do that, because that's a big no-no. And then we know that she has a track record of talking about kids. Hello,
Yeah.
she was just beefing with Stormy. Like, seriously, she was mad because Travis Scott's record outdid hers, and she was beefing with Stormy Scott. Like, who does that? She was beefing with a baby then. So I definitely believe it's some truth to it. So I don't know, but that's all I have for entertainment news. Kanye West and the Kim Kardashian, Kim Kardashian. Oh my goodness, the Nicki Minaj and Cardi B thing. For those that don't know, they were at New York Fashion Week, and Cardi B threw a shoe at Nicki Minaj for apparently talking or liking a comment or whatever about her motherhood abilities. So that was that.